This is for you, Taurus the Bull. Venus is going to be in Leo the first week of October, and it's direct. So from the 1st to the 7th, Venus will be direct in Leo, and that's affecting your 4th house of your hearth, your home, and your family. So these are very close, personal, sentimental issues. Very close, compassionate, that type of very homey types of dealings, the kitchen, the home, these types of issues, and your family. Now on the 8th, Venus, still direct, will ingress into Virgo the Virgin, the sign of Virgo the Virgin. That'll be throughout the rest of October. Now that's going to affect your 5th house of children and creative projects. And this sort of has to do with your creative projects, your children, and your children's children, and your children's creative projects. You understand, it's what everybody is creatively producing in a generational type fashion. That's from the 8th on, after Venus ingress into Virgo on the 8th of October. Now, let's see how your ruling planet of Venus affects you this month, Taurus. I'm Pastor Rosemary, Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your mighty earth angel Uriel, who is your guardian angel, and your specific Taurus angel Asmodel, who resides over your fixed earth nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. So first, your love transmission. The moon, of course, has a huge effect on emotions, whether it's a significant other, a romantic interest, whether it's a family member or friends, very close friends. The new moon on the 12th of October is in the sign of Libra, the scales, and that will affect your 6th house of your health, your disciplines, your habits, your health habits, your daily disciplines, those types of things. And this is going to cause Taurus to need to take care of numero uno. You need to take care of number 1. So this month, with this new moon on the 12th in Libra, you need to take care of yourself. That's what this new moon in Libra will cause you to feel that you must do. And you may feel that you're not being as giving to all the people who want your attention and all the people who want your TLC, your tender loving care, but still, this month in October especially, you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of number 1, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will, and that's the truth. So take care of you. Okay, Taurus, now there is going to be on the 27th a full moon in Taurus, your sign. Of course, that affects your 1st house of yourself and how you appear to others. So you are going to want to show people what you have, and that you've taken care of yourself, and that you've done very well, and that you're certainly someone who is worth being in either a romantic relationship with, or you're someone who is worth dealing with when it comes to friendship, that you're a great friend, and people should be seeking your friendship, and people that are family members should be seeking your counsel. So that's what you're going to feel. You'll feel that people should be seeking you out, that they should be seeking you out for romance, that they should be seeking you out for counsel, that they should be seeking you out for friendship, depending on what is appropriate to your situation. But this is what you will feel. You don't feel that you should be the one to initiate these types of relationships. Not in October. That's not going to be how you feel in October. Again, you're going to be taking care of number 1, then presenting yourself very well and expecting others to seek you out. This leads us very well into the money part of the transmission from Asmodel and the guardian angel over earth signs Uriel. Okay, for money, the first week, this is what you're going to want to do. The first week of October, you're going to want to have possessions, have homes, have possessions, jewelry, stocks, money, savings, whatever. You're going to want to have property, have a family, have all these things. And then you're going to want to be able to, when it's the time to do so, give to those who are your successors. Whether it's a business successor or whether it's a person in your family, you're going to want to make sure you have something so that you can then give. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to give it at this time. You're going to want to make sure that others are going to see that you have, and if they're nice to you, you'll give to them. This is what the sort of what you want others to perceive about you. However, be very careful of this, because when people think that you're not going to give them something until you're done, then they might want to speed that process along. So what you might want to do is rethink about how you dole these kinds of things out. What might be better for you to do, Taurus, is to give someone a little something for their, if they do a certain behavior. You do this, I give you this. You do this, I give you this. And then actually give it to them, but only a small amount for a small, it's like behavior modification. That will serve you, Taurus, much better in the month of October when it comes to these types of financial issues with family and friends and business coworkers or whatever you're doing with these money, finance issues and workaday world issues. Okay, now from the 8th on, you're going to need to make sure that the instructions you give to your subordinates, because of Venus ingress into Virgo, you're going to want to make sure that the instructions you give to your underlings are simple, clear instructions that they can understand. All right, they're going to need to be able to understand the instructions you're giving them. So keep it simple, keep it clear, and again, you want to kind of guide them along. It's again about behavior modification, which readily can form people's behavior into whatever way you deem to be fit. This leads us very nicely into the health part of Asmodee's health transmission for you under the overseeing eye of the guardian angel Uriel, the earth angel. Okay, for the first week, you're going to want to balance your 4th chakra. Your 4th chakra, the heart, your circulation, the high heart, the thymus gland, the immune system, and the spine. The high heart indeed generates really the 4th chakra. So you're going to want to balance your immune system. And from the 2nd week on, with that Venus ingress into Virgo, you're going to want to balance your 3rd chakra, where the digestive process ensues. You're going to want to strengthen your liver with milk thistle. You're going to want to make sure that you eat more lightly after the 8th. If you eat meat, you'll want to eat a lighter flesh, like a fish. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you're going to want to have more olive oil and less saturated fatty oils. So just try to eat a little lighter no matter what type of diet you are following. This is also a time to clear and cleanse your chakras during October. You're going to want to soothe and calm. So you're going to want to use more pastel colors. Like you're going to want to use lime color or yellow, like lemon and tangerine, but pastels to uplift you if you're feeling depressed. And even essential oils and the citrus essential oils can be utilized, the scent thereof, to get rid of depressions. And for any kinds of, if you feel like you need something to fight off any kind of infection, you can utilize sovereign silver or golden silk tincture. These are the things we utilize. Now, if you have any problems, any real physical problems, and you don't feel comfortable with this type of thing because you haven't done this before, you can speak, of course, to your physician, allopathic or homeopathic or naturopathic physicians if you have any physical problems. These are things that we use, and you can discuss these with your physician. If you need instructions on chakra work and how to utilize breathing techniques for chakra work, you can check with us. We are experts on chakra work. So this month you're going to want to inhale, again, these cooling and soothing, ice blue and cooling, soothing types of colors. You want to use pastels when it comes to blues and oranges, greens and yellows. Use the pastel, lime, tangerine, the pastel colors. You'll feel much better. And make sure when you inhale, you're feeling that invigorating and soothing and cooling technique, because you don't want to become overheated or overstimulated, not in October of 2015. This leads us very nicely into the afterglow part of this transmission from Uriel, the Earth Angel, and Asmodel, your angel Taurus. What you want to do is now focus on October 16th. For those using Greenwich Mean Time, it's October 17th. For Eastern Daylight Time, it's the 16th of 2015. This is a planetary formula that we're going to go over. It's a Rosicrucian Kabbalistic formula. We're going to go over the equation and give you the answer just as an exercise in utilizing and working with these techniques. Venus is direct in Virgo at that time, opposing Neptune retrograde in Pisces, and what that equals is strict societal adherence to daily discipline and established institutions struggle against the more obscure and mysterious forces in which smaller factions believe. So this is sort of the all-encompassing established institution, the quote-unquote establishment, coming into a bit of an opposition, drawing a line in the sand and coming into a conflict with more mysterious and more obscure forces that are, for example, like a larger institution, say like the Catholic Church, coming into an opposition with smaller, obscure portions of the Catholic Church, like orders that they're not sure are part of their particular larger establishment. So that might be a day of contention. Of course, everybody wants to remain in a kind of a, just don't push it on that day. Don't push your luck on that day. On that day, just be cool. There will come more friendlier aspects later in which perhaps the Catholic Church, for example, will welcome the more obscure orders. These types of things. You have to know when it's good to do what. Because this is a time when you want to know when it's good to push your luck and when it's not. That's not a good day to push your luck. All right. Now, just to highlight some of the other aspects we thought were important for you astrologically, these cosmological events, Venus direct in Leo, remember the first week, your 4th house, home and family. Venus, ingress Virgo on the 8th, your 5th house, your children, your creative projects, and their kids and their creative projects, their keikis and their keikis' creative projects. Okay, now we have a new moon on the 12th in Libra affecting your 6th house, and that's your health habits, your disciplines, and we have a full moon on the 27th in your sign, Taurus, affecting, of course, your 1st house of the self and the appearance. All right, Taurus, thank you for joining us. This is your Angelic Horoscope transmission from the mighty Archangel Uriel, the Earth Archangel, and your specific Taurus Angel Asmodel. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Join us again next month.